Welcome back to the F124 100% race distance, as always, driver career here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. We are in Singapore today, one of the longest Grand Prix of all time in current format. 62 laps around this circuit, which is a long circuit, a slow average speed circuit. Thankfully, there's not much rain, just a smattering, about halfway through probably, which shouldn't last long. So fingers crossed, if we do have to go to intermediate tyres, it won't be for too long and we can power through the majority of the race day relatively quickly, hopefully without too much drama. But, oh, hello, regulation change. Now, we haven't had a cutscene or an email about regulation changes, but evidently, regulation changes are here. We mentioned that, wow, all of the chassis stuff needs doing. Chassis and durability. Oh, that is a lot. Okay, well, we said that we would be honourable to Haas and help them prepare for next season. And it is going to cost us basically every resource point we are set to earn between now and the end of the season by the looks of things. Dear Haas, you are going to owe me big time here because we're going to help you prepare and ensure that you're a very, very, very good team for next season. Whether we're here next season or not remains to be seen. But we hope... We'll have two different car setups. No, we'll do that though. We hope to be moving to Ferrari at the end of the season, but we don't yet know whether that will actually come to fruition or not. We've only had 2 meetings with Ferrari, both of which have managed to go under the radar with Haas, but whether that actually lasts all season, I don't know. I'm going to head to practice here with our worn parts, get as many resource points as we can, and immediately spend them on things that don't actually improve the car, because we need to help protect Haas for next season. We may end up staying here, so we don't want to cut our nose off to spite our face and be like, we're going to leave and go to Ferrari. I'm not going to help them upgrade their car. Then end up not being able to go to Ferrari and being stuck in a shitter next season. So let's make sure that we protect Haas and in turn, perhaps, protect ourselves for next year. We're going to go to the session. We're going to get things done here in Singapore and then hopefully have a decent result again. Still on 105 difficulty as always, of course, so do drop the video a like. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more of the content, be that here in the VOD format, of course, live on the Chesnoid Gaming Twitch channel or the Chesnoid Live YouTube channel. Links to all are in the description down below, as well as with the SRC CEO in chat with us as well. And I'm going to go and load my setup now. If you'd like to grab yourself any of the setups that I use for my career mode, then you can do so with Sim Racing Centre. There'll be a link in the description of the YouTube video. If you do !SRC or !setups in live chat as well, then you get a link there too, and the discount code Chesnoid will get you some money off. You save a little, I make a little, everyone's happy, and we'll all be faster together. Right, let's go and be fast. Side note, probably not going to be fast. I'm not very good at Singapore. Resource points accrued. 390 this time. I was told by live chat, me mentioning in the last episode, why am I only getting 300? Apparently it's because the specialist that has that perk unlocked wasn't actually in attendance at the last Grand Prix, whereas they are in attendance in this Grand Prix, which is why I now get the 30% boost to my resource points, which the team will be very happy about. I presume Kevin Magnussen gets that 30% boost as well, although I don't actually know about how that works behind the scenes. We've got 506 resource points now, so we will continue to help the team protect the car for next year. It's going to be mostly important to do the chassis. The reliability is definitely secondary to that. I'm going to go and update all of my parts to put some significantly less worn components into the car. And then hopefully we can qualify well here in Singapore. I might even need a new MGU8 so at 41%. Should be okay. Join me in qualifying. Great start. Wasn't a great continuation. Really not very good at Singapore, as you might be able to tell.
30 seconds left in the session.
27.7. That's ludicrously fast. It's P17, which has been a bit of a theme recently. We appear to be qualifying in the final 5 quite a bit at the moment. I don't know what quite isn't clicking, but I'm not having stunning qualifying performances at the moment. Valtteri Bottas has a 5-second grid penalty for something. He had a collision with Alexander Albon. That's gone well. Well, Kevin is in the top 10 here, and I am half a second or more, 0.6 or more, away from my teammate there. Singapore is not my strongest circuit, as you guys well know. If you saw the Creator Series last year on F123, you know exactly what I mean, but how uncompetitive I am around Singapore. So I wasn't expecting to have a great qualifying session. I was hoping to maybe make it out of Q1 though, but we didn't quite manage to do it. See, the less competitive chassis and aero package have more of an effect at a track like that than they do elsewhere, which is why somewhere like Belgium, where it's very heavily power-based, we were able to have such a strong result on the exact same difficulty. Some places I'm getting podiums, some places I'm top 3, other places I'm bottom 3. It's very strange life at Haas at the moment, but we will be starting near the back, not at the very back, but certainly close to it, for a very long, grueling, and hopefully not soul-destroying Singapore Grand Prix, but it is going to be a long slog, this one. Unless, of course, something happens like it did in Baku, in which case we'll take that.
The back of a fantastic qualifying
well,
session.
Kevin was top 10 in Q1, but was he top 10 in Q2 to have the chance to get into Q3? Max Verstappen on pole, although only by 24 milliseconds from Lando Norris, so certainly significantly closer here than they were in Baku, where Norris was 3.5 tenths off, and Fernando only another 10 milliseconds behind Lando Norris. Leclerc and Russell in 8th and 9th, Hamilton and Sainz there 9th and 10th. Okay, so K-Mag wasn't quite as strong in Q2. He was a 28.4, which actually exactly the same as he was in Q1, so surprised with that. Bottas and Ricciardo with a penalty. Bottas with a penalty for the collision with Albon. Ricciardo presumably taking a penalty for a component change. So we will start P16. He recommends going medium, medium, soft, which I'm quite happy to do. I think it will be medium, medium, rain, but we shall wait and see. And we're going to need all of the fuel we have in the car, I think, because it's going to be a gas guzzler. So personalised, we're actually 20 or so seconds faster with the medium, medium, soft than we are with the projected. So that bodes in our favour, but it is going to be a difficult race here. We're going to have to manage our battery well, manage our fuel well, and pray that the rain isn't that bad, because if there's a lot of rain when it does come, we will start to tumble as we saw in Italy. Right, starting right behind our teammate. Hopefully we have a decent start. Max at the front is on hards, and the two at the very, very back in 19th and 20th, Daniel and Valtteri Bottas, are on softs. So expecting a lightning start from those on the soft tyres. A little bit of bogged down in the gears there. It's actually a very good start by Logan Sargent, which he did in the last race as well. He nearly crashed, in fact. He had such a good start in Baku. Tucked up on the inside here. We've gone from 17th to 18th, but it's only because of Sargent. Still got the soft runners behind. They're going to be itching to get past as soon as they possibly can. I thought about maybe having a look at Logan Sargent up the inside there, but you can see how we closed off the gap. Use the battery as best we can. Might be able to take Logan Sargent up the inside into the next turn, the left hand, although he looks like he's gone very defensive here. Oh my lord, that was pure chaos. How nobody hit anyone else, I have no idea. I am going to get up the inside Logan Sargent here, but he's now going to have the inside line for the next corner. Thank God Logan moved left there, because otherwise I'd have collected Zhou Guanyu and Logan Sargent at the same time. Oh, that was a proper code brown. They're side by side, Tsunoda and Alex Albon here.
Now stay alert for threats around you.
Jesus wept. My heart did not survive that very well at all. I am going to get up the inside Logan Sargent again here with a hairpin, but he's going to have the inside line again for the next turn, so I'm going to use a lot of battery. He's alongside me. He's got the inside line again. I'm going to give him racing room. Now hopefully I get a better exit and zoom up behind Joe, which is exactly what we've done. We're back up to P17. Lovely, okay. Starting to make some more progress then. Good, let's continue that moving forwards. Kevin's lost a place as well, so I'm still just 2 places behind my teammate, and we'll power forwards. Come on, gents. Time to get Haas closer to the points, please. And make a move on Zhou Guanyu. It's bold. It is potentially going to work because I've got the inside line for the next turn. It has worked. I'm going to drift back across the racing line here. We've gained another position. We're now running directly behind our teammate, but currently out of DRS range, so we need to change that. Try and close back up. Otherwise I'll be vulnerable down the straight. Currently we are losing ground on everybody in front. I, at the moment, don't have the pace to counteract the DRS train effect here. I'm slightly better in the traction zones, but struggling with turning. I am putting more front wing in at the next stop to help with that, because I'm definitely struggling with a bit of understeer here, and hoping that that will earn us some of that time back. We obviously expect to be able to extend our stop. Well, no, actually, we're not extending the stop, are we? We just anticipate our tyres will be better later in the stint. So I probably will look to undercut. Currently expected to pit lap 23. I wouldn't be surprised if we're boxing by lap 20, maybe even earlier, depending on when the rain is going to come. So at the moment, it's a case of trying to keep up with those in front, or at least not let them get that far away. I'm under no pressure from behind at all, so we're faster than those behind and slower than those in front at this stage of the Grand Prix. A little bit of no man's land. It's not a massive amount of no man's land. Zhou Guanyu is just chilling right there, but he's showing no effort whatsoever, or no talent whatsoever to close the gap and get back to me. So we're extending over him slowly, and they're extending over me slowly in front.
2.5 seconds.
It's mainly because of the DRS effect. They've got that extra few kilometres an hour in a number of different areas on track, and because I'm not quite running enough front wing, I don't think. So tyre temps are fine, tyre wear is fine. I've got no concerns on that front. I just need a little bit more bite at the front end. It might have been why we qualified so poorly, because that poor qualifying performance is seemingly translating itself into a relatively underwhelming race performance thus far. But it's a long Grand Prix. A very long Grand Prix. The longest Grand Prix, in fact. So we're not going to react too soon or get too downhearted after just 6 of 62 laps. Very long laps as well. The gap in front has closed slightly. 2 or 3 tenths maybe. The gap behind has grown massively. It was 8 tenths of a second, I think, last time I spoke to you. This is for the YouTube VOD. And now it's 2.5 seconds back to Zhou Guanyu, so we really are gaining masses of time on those behind and starting to maybe close in on those in front, although the trio in front of us, as you can tell from the minimap, have actually fallen away from the rest of the group, which again just reiterates the point about the effects of the DRS train.
Dropping back by about 3/10 a lap.
We lost the DRS train, which opened up that 2.5 second gap to Kevin. And now Daniel Ricciardo's lost the DRS train on the Alpines, and actually it might be Yuki Tsunoda. In fact, Daniel Ricciardo might be the one behind me in last, and they've lost a bit of time to the DRS train as well. So that just again reiterates in my mind that I definitely want to undercut here by a decent amount to have a significantly fresher tyre and try and make the most of that, rather than just pit at the same time as everyone else and maintain the gaps that are currently there in front of us. But you can tell by talking to you and not concentrating exactly what I'm doing, the gap to Kevin has grown again. So, if you don't mind, it's time for me to shut up and drive again. Try and close that gap back down.
About 10 to 15 minutes from now. Okay,
that's
dry
very
seems like the
soon.
best tyre for now.
That's very soon. Surely not. Surely not rain before the first pit stop. He said it was coming well into the second half of the race. I know we only have the weather on approximate, but wow, that would be a massive surprise. We also know that it's not going to last long. So, we'll wait and see what it looks like when we get that far into the race, but I might be tempted to put not the medium tyre on next, so I have the medium tyre to go to after the rain. I wonder whether at the moment Yuki Tsunoda is struggling. The gap has closed quite significantly over the last couple of laps. I can't see any visual damage on Yuki. I don't know whether their tyres are just wearing slightly more than mine, and this is where the tyre wear that we found we had a better advantage of in practice is actually starting to come to me here, where we're getting better traction and they're starting to struggle putting the power down. Because my rear tyres are 18% on the rear right, which means theirs are probably over 20 now.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 a lap.
And we're definitely, you can clearly see just by looking at the delta how much the gap has changed. It's quite literally halved to those in front. And it won't be long before we're in DRS range of our teammate. They are starting to battle as well, which I hadn't noticed. But Yuki going defensive on Alex Albon there, that too will help gain us some time. And now we are very much part of this trio, making it a quartet. Come on then. Might we be making some positions sooner rather than later? Probably then to lose them in the rain, he thinks, but we'll wait and see what happens. And he might have put Kevin out of DRS range of those in front of him. It has, which means Kevin will be vulnerable down the next DRS straight, hopefully. So we might be able to weaken Kevin there and then take him at the second attempt. Might be a two-pronged attack. First blow weakens him by taking him out of DRS. And then the second blow should be the telling one, where with DRS when he doesn't have it and quite a bit of ERS, we'll make the overtake.
Oh, great stuff. You hit that target.
Just like that.
Really good job.
Thanks, Kev. See you, mate. And now we're in DRS range of Alex Albon. And we'll keep that and be able to protect ourselves from behind from him doing to me exactly what I've just done to him.
We think we might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes. Okay,
They really don't know when this rain is coming, do they? They've absolutely no idea when this rain is coming. They said 10 minutes 5 minutes ago, now they're saying 15 minutes. And I still see stars in the night sky. So I don't think it's coming as quickly as we thought it might do. Well, rephrase, we thought it was coming much later. It actually might be coming when we thought it was. Yellow flag in front. What's that for? Is it one of the two in front of us? Or is it Kevin behind? I think it's my teammate. Oh, Kevin. My teammate's retiring from the Grand Prix. Well, that saves me any pressure from behind and I can concentrate solely on what's going on in front of me. But it's not great for the team. Kevin Magnussen has retired from the session, and that's exactly why perhaps we do need to help protect the durability department with the regulation changes for Haas, because evidently there are still some issues with durability here at the team. You'll notice as well that Valtteri Bottas has boxed right at the very back. A bright green Sauber is rushing around, having put pit off his soft tyres. So I imagine Daniel Ricciardo will look to do the same soon, running in P17 currently, Daniel. And if that rain is still genuinely 15 minutes out,
okay, Kevin's out of the race.
Then I will box on lap 20. We will undercut and try and make the most of that medium stint. I really need an accurate reading on when the weather's coming though. Otherwise we might well make the wrong pit call.
yet, but it is coming, so be careful. Radar suggests some weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes time, so stay on your toes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
I'm going to try and take Alex here into the right-hander. He's gone defensive. Okay. Just go around the outside of you then, Mel. Bye. You made my mind up for me.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy.
It's P14. 8 seconds to Ocon, who's currently lapping on his own, actually. Oh. Okay. It's fine. I'll just outbrake you into turn 1. Not a problem. Keep the position. We can't waste too much time fighting Alex, though. We've got to stay in touch with Yuki. I'm going to use some battery here. See how powerful the DRS is here. Because everyone runs, because you have to, such a high rear wing. Running so much downforce around Singapore that really makes the DRS super strong. Especially on those that don't have it. We gained like half the gap on Yuki Tsunoda down just that one straight, which is why the group in front were able to get away as quickly as they were when they broke away, because the DRS is just so powerful, especially when they're getting dragged along by cars that are significantly faster, like a Ferrari or a Mercedes or Lance Stroll, as it happens at this particular moment in time. Yuki's boxing now, okay, and Ocon's in too, so they're pitting early. They're pitting when I was going to pit.
And you're going to be on mediums.
A lot of cars have pit. That's intriguing. Didn't expect such early pit stops from so many other drivers. That's completely thrown me now. Because now my brain is saying, well, maybe we stay out to the rain and try and battle and hold position.
Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Now, the fact I'm getting that means that the rain surely can't be that far away at all right now. Even though we know it's going to rain, it might not rain enough to warrant switching to wet weather tyres.
Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
It might just drizzle and not actually. Rain is falling. Rain is falling. Now we've got a massive decision to make. Do we stay out and hope that the rain falls hard enough that we need intermediate tyres? Or do I box now, or next lap, put fresh mediums on and hope that it doesn't rain hard enough that we need to change tyres? I've absolutely no idea what to do. I just lost a full second to Alex Elwell in that last part of the track. That rain is starting to bounce off the surface there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether it's Inter's tyres or not, and I think it's bugged with Mark telling me about the previous message, and I can't ask him anything because I'm not getting any response. Do I pit for Inter's or not? Oh, it's Inter's tyres. It's Inter's. There's a yellow flag behind. I'm really struggling for grip. Yeah, I'm boxing for Inter's. I'm sorry. I don't have any grip right now. Safety car? Safety car? Now what? Ferrari in a wall, you say? What? Are people just losing? Oh, he's round! Charles Leclerc has dropped it in the rain at the hairpin, sat in the wall. But if the safety car comes out, well, now the safety car's come out, is that elongated safety car period going to take us through the rain to the next dry spell? I could box for Inters, and then by the time the safety car comes in, it might be time to box back for dries. Now I'm in even more of a disarray about what to do.
Concentration out there, you're doing well.
I'm boxing for
dries
Inters.
seem like the best tyre for now.
Really? Really? He said dries seem like the best tyre for now. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm at the pit entry. What do I do? If there's 10 more minutes of rain, it's surely going to just get wetter. We're committing to inters. We're committing to inters. I can't... What are they putting on? I can't see. Intermediates! Intermediate tyres for everyone else. We've made the right call. We've made the right call. Intermediate tyres are going on.
Right, let's go. Come on. That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Holy moly. So we made... Well, we got...
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
We got significantly lucky in Baku that Charles Leclerc caused the safety car. That meant that we gained...
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's
so many positions and went from P20 to P5.
Right, car's waiting for the leader. You can overtake it.
Everyone else has boxed here before we did, and gone to a dry tyre, which gained us loads of positions. Then Charles Leclerc has binned it, caused another safety car in the next race, meaning that we will keep these positions that we've earned by others boxing. And we will earn at least one more spot with Daniel Ricciardo boxing from in front of us as well. But you can see that Pierre Gasly in 6th is 54 seconds ahead of us. So there's no way that we're getting ahead of Pierre. That front group are all going to box now. They haven't yet been picked up by the safety car, the front runners, so we will be P7 at the restart. So as it stands, we know our medium tyres would take us to lap 50-ish with decent pace, which would leave us a 12 lap or so stint on softs. Or I can go hards once it dries up and try and take them to the end.
Let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Okay, the rain should be ending shortly. So watch those lap times. We may have to pit for dries at very short notice. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
Chat. What would you do? Use your emotes, a hard tyre or medium soft. Hard or medium soft. We're going racing again. Safety car is in and we are underway. Yellow flag behind.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now.
Not sure what for. Either someone's retiring or someone's going slowly. Can't quite see. Not been told about a retirement or anything. Never mind, Charles Leclerc is out. What's happened to Charles Leclerc now? He is having the worst time of it in the last 2 Grand Prix. His car's just given up. His car's just given up. He's got a failure of some description. Jeez Louise, Charles. He is having, oh God, the worst luck I've known for a long time. TRS enabled. We're going to dry tyres.
Whether dries or inters are faster, we're right on the crossover.
I don't know what to do. What's the poll saying? Oh, what's the poll saying? Mediums or hards? Mediums or hards? Currently 67% hards to the end. Then if there's another safety car, we have mediums or softs to go to. Box this lap. Hard tyres to the end of the race. That is the plan. Everyone in, lads. Everyone in. What's everyone else doing? Verstappen's on hards. Verstappen's only... no, never mind. Because it's into... I was going to say, Verstappen's already run hards. He can't do that. He can, because, of course, in wet weather conditions, you don't need to run two different types of dry compound. Only in a fully dry race, you need to run two different types of dry weather compound. So he can go hard, hard. Is there a safety car? So there's a safety car.
Reduce your pace.
What's there a safety car for? What? What happened?
As we form up.
I didn't flashback though. I just
Okay,
paused.
watch your pace. We've been informed the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stock vehicles on the track.
I don't know what the safety car was for. There may well have been a crash into the pit lane. Yeah.
Will receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
There may well have been a crash into the pit lane with everyone going so slowly. Oh my goodness, what is happening? We had chaos in Baku. We've got chaos in Singapore. Well, everyone's going to be on hards then now, surely, till the end of the race. Yep. Everyone on hard tyres, meaning if there is another safety car soon, then those that have already pit mediums will have to either stay on their hards, or rephrase, those that have already used two sets of mediums will have to stay on their hards or extend a very long soft stint. Are we going it? Are we going it? Are we going it? I think we're going, we're gone.
Okay, clear.
Right, so at the minute then, everyone is hards to the end. And it's time to just defend for my life to try and stay as high as possible. I've got Lando Norris in a McLaren behind me, Sergio Perez in a Red Bull behind him. There's going to be other faster cars behind them too, or other cars that are faster than me behind them too.
Tyre condition still looking good.
I think there's a Mercedes back there somewhere. Lewis Hamilton back in the mix. Well, we're in the points, but I don't know whether we finish in the points. That was a purple sector 1. Where's that come from? I don't think I've said anything for about 4 laps. Concentrating so hard in sticking with Carlos Sainz to help me defend behind.
Use overtake, use overtake.
Yeah, good luck. The thought of getting close enough to Sainz to make an overtake is not one that I have right now, if I'm honest, Mark. Just trying to stay close enough to Carlos so I continue to get DRS. Tell me protect from Lando behind, which we are doing so far.
Looking good.
Here comes Lando. We're going to have to go defensive. Defending for my life is the only chance I have of getting a points finish today, I think. I'm going to be respectful in doing so, though. Side by side with Lando for ages here. Now we've got the racing line again. Well, we were already out of DRS range to Carlos Sainz, which is what made us vulnerable in the first place. And now we are definitely out of DRS range of Carlos Sainz. So I'm going to start to tumble backwards now, I think. Time for us to get the elbows out and put some razor blades on the end of them as well if we're to stand any chance of scoring any World Championship points today. There is a bit of a gap behind last... I'm in front of a handful of cars here, but then there is a gap back to the RB. So whilst we aren't as fast as the cars we're around right now, evidently, we're not holding up the entire field. We actually do have some pace on a number of other drivers. So we might not stand any chance of getting any points today unless we get very lucky with another safety car, or for some reason I'm able to defend for the next 23 or 4 laps. But we should still get a decent finish compared to our starting position. Annoyingly, frustratingly, Kevin is out of the race, so he doesn't stand a chance of getting any points for the team today. Lando's very keen on overtaking me at the minute, and I am not making any inroads at all on the Ferrari in front of me. So I'm very much going to start falling backwards soon, but hopefully when I do, I shouldn't fall much further back than Lance Stroll right now, which is 8, 9, 10, 11th. So I should probably drop to 11th and then be able to hold on to the back of the pack. I hope, anyway. At the minute, I'd say if I had to put money on it, that we would be finishing P11, which, whilst frustratingly out of the points, is still a very solid finishing position considering where we qualified.
Expect to see some rain.
Oh God, it's gonna get even worse. Are you kidding me? Curveball number 74. Here comes a second bout of rain that we had absolutely no idea was coming. In the forecast, pre-race, it said dry, a little bit of rain, and then dry again. But because of the rain actually coming a little bit sooner, and the timeline moving earlier, and 2 safety cars, it's allowed a second spell of rain to sneak into the forecast. Oh my God. Well, it's still quite a way out. It might not come before the end of the race. If it does, there's still plenty more chaos yet to come. No, Lando, don't even think about it, mate. Oh, just when I thought all of the chaos was behind us, they've rolled the dice again. Bloody hell. I don't want more rain.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.6 seconds.
Where'd Lando go? What happened to Lando? He was right here. Oh, he had an issue. He just couldn't get the power down. Lando just had loads of wheel spin. And I'm now out of DRS range of Lando Norris. Time to use all your battery to try and stay out of DRS range of Lando Norris. Oh my God, please. Checo, please, battle him. They're battling! Oh! Please, 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 please maintain DRS. Maintain the gap around here. I've broken DRS to Lando Norris. And the gaps in front are coming down. Is this our tyre wear coming back to us for this stint as well? Or everyone else's hard tyres now wearing more than ours because we're kinder on our tyres around this circuit? Are we gonna... I don't want to get carried away. There is a lot of this race still to go, especially with the potential of rain. But are we maybe closing in on an even better finish than where we currently sit? I think Pierre Gasly has started to have a bit of an issue in front, and that's slowing up Sainz and Russell. Lando's coming back at me now. Lando's getting closer again. Did he struggle out of there again? He didn't. It was just a one-lap thing. That's why you can't get too carried away. We are closing in on the 3 in front, though. So the issue now that we've caught those in front is that we're now slow behind Pierre Gasly in the Gasly train, and Lando and co are closing back up again. Gasly's causing this little mini train, and Lando's just taken a second out of us, there or thereabouts, since we got back here within DRS range of Carlos Sainz. So whilst
no tyre concerns at the moment,
we felt delighted that we'd gapped those behind and were closing in on those in front, now they're just going to close right back in, and the train that was 3 has become 4 now that I've reached it, and it's soon to become 8 or 9. And there's rain to come at some point. Some point, don't know when, before or after the checkered flag, absolutely no idea. Lando's back within DRS. Although, crucially, he hasn't brought Checo with him. So if Lando can break away here, although at some point, because we're still stuck behind Gasly, at some point everyone's going to catch up. It doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, man. I'll ask about the weather soon as well, as if this isn't enough drama already. Another rainstorm on the way. Surprised that George Russell hasn't made an attempt.
On you by 0.5 a lap.
Yeah, I'm very much aware of that, mate. I'm really surprised that George Russell hasn't made an attempt to try and take Gasly, unless the Alpine is just dominant in a straight line, which is unlikely. He's not really had a look, has he? Gasly's just using his battery in the right places to defend, and Russell's not got an answer to it at the moment. Meaning that choo-choo. It's nice to not be the front one in the train, though, for once. I'm not the one causing all the chaos. I made a drama? I think I might be the drama. Not this time. I'm gonna. Sainz has gone defensive. Gonna lunge. We're through on Carlos Sainz, that's P6. Up the Haas.
Good job, nice overtake.
If you're not going to overtake Pierre Gasly, I bloody will. Fine, I'll do it myself, Thanos style.
Okay, mate, we've got loads of ERS in reserve, so let's have a big push and use it all up.
No thanks. Yellow flag behind. Sergio Perez. So something's happened to Sergio. Either he's crashed or his car's died. What's happened to Sergio Perez? He's locked up. He's locked up. He's going to try and make the corner. No, he's all right. He's not crashed. He's just locked up and gone straight on. No safety car, I don't expect. A safety car would really throw everything into complete and utter chaos and disarray. Seem to be the two words that keep coming to mind today, don't they?
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake, use overtake. We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
Oh, man. Is it going to come? Is it going to come soon enough to warrant changing before the end of the race? That's the question. Honestly, I don't know. There's only 8 laps to go, including the one that we're on, the one that we've just started. And if it's not here yet, it did take 4 or 5 laps for the rain earlier to get heavy enough to warrant switching. And then by that point, it might still be quicker to tiptoe to the end than it would be to box and then go to the end on the inters. It depends when it rains and how hard it rains. Which I guess is the same for every wet spell, but still, you know what I mean. It's very, very time sensitive right now. Time and intensity sensitive. I've no idea how long a pit stop loss is here in Singapore. 29 seconds. That is a long, long pit stop. Closer we get without rain, the more likely it is that we tiptoe to the end. Oh, I think I just saw raindrops. Just as Pierre Gasly's gone defensive on George Russell here. And George locks up. Take the opportunity. Oh, two in two corners, maybe. No, I couldn't quite get it done. Gasly holds on. Oh, George, thank you, mate. P5. No, I'm the one to take Gasly, and I'm not going to be as conservative as you've been. Rain is falling, though. Lap 56 of 62. Everyone's on worn hard tyres, and rain is now falling. Need a good corner here. And then blitz it. ERS, DRS, everything take Pierre Gasly. He's gone very defensive, and we're just going to get it done around the outside. That is P4. And Gasly, hopefully, will continue to hold everybody else up behind. We're surely going to get a fantastic finish here. I'm going to use a lot of battery to try and gap Pierre now if I can. Just as what happened last time when the rain came. It seems that my grip loss is higher than those around me. Why? I don't know. But why I have better tyre life than almost everybody else, I also don't know either. So swings and roundabouts, 2 step forwards, 1 step back, but hopefully no positions back. Still P4 with, when we cross the line, 4 laps to go. The sooner they disable DRS because of the weather, the better.
But I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
Oh, I still think tiptoeing, even if others box, I think tiptoeing's the way forward. I don't think anyone will pit for intermediate tyres now. I just need DRS to... Shut up. I just need DRS to be disabled.
Chin up, and let's focus till the end.
If they disable DRS because of the wet weather, then I'm guaranteed a P4, I think. It's the only reason Gasly's able to keep up with... Concentrate, Ches. The only way Gasly's able to keep up with me at the minute is because of his DRS. That was close. Could have taken my front wing off there. I'm using all of my battery to defend here. Position the car very well. No room for Pierre to get by on either side. We'll hold the position. This is a proper scrap now. Disable DRS, please, FIA. Disable DRS. Calling for it now. I'll be on the radio saying it's too wet for DRS. The rain is starting to bounce off the surface, which is usually the sign that inters are the right tyre to go to, but it's too late in the race to get the benefit of pitting for inters. You won't make the time loss from the pit stop back again. So we are tiptoeing to the end of the race on dry tyres in wet conditions now. Disable DRS, FIA, please! Guess surely going to go for it here. I went deep on the brakes to try and ensure I kept the position, just put my faith in the car that it would stop in time. It did, luckily. It's not turning in time, though. Okay, I am now the head of the train again. And I've quite the train that's forming behind me. But at the minute, I don't care, because I'm still the head of the train. 2.5 laps to go. Hold the position. This is the biggest DRS zone. This is the best chance they've got of taking me. Pierre is going for it. Gone defensive. He's going for it up the inside. I'm going to leave him racing room, but he's not got the balls to throw it up the inside. And we will keep position. We're here on the last lap. Fernando Alonso's going to win the race. Just like Oscar Piastri is going to come second. There's only a small gap between he and Max Verstappen, who's going to finish third on the podium. At the minute, it's going to be me behind them in P4, but I have had to... Well, I've not really done anything. I've just been basically able to block the track because I've been sliding so much. I've been sideways and impossible to overtake. It's been such a difficult final stint. But I think we're going to do it. Just a small bit of track left. Fernando Alonso wins the Grand Prix. Congratulations to him and Aston Martin. First race that Max Verstappen hasn't won in a very long time. We had to get as lucky as we were in Baku, perhaps even more so, to get this result. But it's a result we are going to get. There will be sheer delight on the Haas pit wall. There will be sheer delight on the Alpine pit wall. A P4 for us, a P5 for Gasly. That's huge. GG, everyone. I can't quite believe we've pulled that off. Driver of the day for the second race in a row, but that doesn't begin to tell the story, does it, really? At all. Fernando Alonso will stand atop the top step, lift the biggest trophy aloft, but P16 to P4, P12 to P5, P2 to P8 for Lando's had a nightmare. Checo P5 to no points for Sergio Perez. Terrible race for him. Oh, that took years off my life, I think, that Grand Prix. Quantity of top 10 race finishes in your F1 career. I must have finished in the points 5 times then, I think. I don't think I've done it any more than 5 times. Massive jump in all of our stats. And my overall is up to 76. Still only a 52 to 48% leeway against Kevin Magnussen in the rivalry there. And no extra perks, but we're very, very, very close to a wind tunnel engineer perk boost, which we should get around the next Grand Prix. How has that happened then? You tell me. I can't tell you. 105 difficulty just throws up so much unpredictability. It's the US Grand Prix in Texas next. I've got 10 top 10 finishes so far this season. Those being a win in China, a 6th in Miami, a 4th in Spain, an 8th in Great Britain, no, an 8th in Hungary, a 3rd in Belgium, a 10th in the Netherlands, an 8th in Italy, and a 4th in Azerbaijan. Oh, and the 2 P10s in Saudi and Australia. My apologies. So yes, 10 top 10 finishes. Outrageous. Absolutely disgusting from us this season. I am an absolute loss as to how we keep managing to do it, really. I don't have enough to do anything other than that tyre wear one, so we'll help do the tyre wear one. There's hopefully going to be quite a bit passing here as we progress. Please pass. It's failed. Good. Please pass. Good. Intercooler works. We're going to get some more resource points there. MGUK reliability, please. Good. More resource points. More resource points. There's a big gap to the American Grand Prix, the US Grand Prix at COTA, which is really going to be a big test of our terrible chassis and aero package, to be completely honest.
Come through, but I'm afraid to say that some of them have failed quality control.
That's fine.
We're going to need to tell the team what to redevelop.
148 for that. And I'm not going to be able... Oh, I'm 10 resource points away from being able to do the gearbox there, but can't afford anything else. That's absolutely fine. It looks like Kevin has used some of his resource points to... Oh, no, it was chassis, wasn't it? Never mind, completely ignore me. Kevin has not used any of his resource points to help protect... Oh, no, he has. Look, Magnussen protected the front nose cone structure. I've done the majority of everything else. Well, one of us is playing the team game. Kevin's actually doing all of the durability department. Okay, we're both playing the team game. I apologise, Kev. Regardless, it's the American Grand Prix next, where also weather can occasionally throw curveballs at you, where also we might find ourselves in a bit of a predicament. It's another track where I'm really not that strong. Mixed qualifying conditions, but a dry race, thank the Lord. And when I say mixed weather conditions, it is wet, considerably wet, for the majority of the session. And at the end of the race, you can't quite see because I'm in the way, that last cloud here says 20% from 8% there. So if there's a safety car again in COTA, then there may well be rain at the end of the US Grand Prix as well. With regards to the R&D progress, we've dropped significantly. We've dropped behind Mercedes and Ferrari, which ultimately is where we actually are in performance anyway, isn't it? Because of the powertrain, as we keep harping on about. So actually now maybe on paper, it's going to be more reflective of where we are on tarmac. I'm probably going to have to put a new MGUH in for this next weekend for qualifying. But that's not a problem. We have the capability to do so. And I don't think, unless something fails on us, we'll need to take any penalties for any parts for the remainder of the season. No more secret meetings with Ferrari at this stage, so I don't know whether they'll actually want me at the end of the season at this moment in time. But right now, I mean, we're putting the performances in to deserve to stay in Formula 1. We're putting the performances in to arguably earn that right to the move to Ferrari. Charles Leclerc's not having a very good time of things right now, but certainly over the course of the full season, he and Carlos Sainz have been better. Who knows what's going to happen? Baku and Singapore have been entirely unpredictable. And you imagine that COTA will be exactly the same. Join me in the next one for the US Grand Prix. It's one that you're not going to want to miss. I'll see you then.